Hey guys, it's like Brady here, back with another story time video, but this time it's about something very seriously. It's about the time that I got bullied. Now, I was always bullied even in elementary school, but that wasn't exactly too depressing for me. It didn't really bring me down too much, but it did cause a lot of self-image. I would be made fun of my nose because I have a fairly large nose. But that's the only time I got bullied really in elementary school. Now, the bullying story that I'm talking about is something that happened in high school ever since I think 8th grade. I mean, even in 7th grade, I was also made fun of because I kind of looked emo, I had black hair. I wasn't even the prettiest in our school. I wasn't even popular in our school. I was more of like the outcast, the emo people, and stuff like that. But one day, which is kind of very shocking to me, in 7th or 8th grade, I had homeroom and this new girl came. And I'd known her since elementary school. She used to go to my elementary school for a little while. And even then, she wasn't exactly the nicest. But on this very day of high school, she came walking in to my homeroom, and I smiled at her. I waved at her because she was new and I just wanted to introduce myself, and she sat right in front of me. On that day, I did not know I was going to be a victim of hers to be bullied. And it wasn't even on that day that she started bullying me either. The one day, it was a school dance. I don't know which one. I think it was a winter one because it was winter themed. And I invited one of my really nice friends, which is now my fiance, to the dance, and I was so nervous. We barely even talked or looked at each other. We would just like giggle or just stand there beside each other. And I'm gonna call the girl, what should we call her? Now I'm gonna call the girl Blair for now. That is not her real name, but I don't feel comfortable putting her name out there. So Blair at the time came up to us and she asked me if I liked him, and at the time, since he was right there, I didn't want to say I liked him or not. I said, like, no, he's just a friend. I invited him to this dance, and she kind of liked him. And that's technically where this all starts. And me and him did date before. Back then, we actually dated once and then stopped dating, and then we currently started dating again, which is where my relationship is with him now. But since I said I didn't like him, and then later on she actually found out I do like him, and she tried to say that I was stealing him from her, even when they actually dated like for a day and they broke up. And she was spreading rumors about him, like saying all he wanted was to be in her pants and stuff like that, when that wasn't even the case. And she was saying he was cheating on this other girl while with like her and stuff like that, or something like that. Which was totally a rumor because I know personally who's dating and seeing at the time. Actually, at that point, I don't think he was seeing anyone but talking to me, to be honest. But when she found out that I was dating him and I liked him and stuff like that, she started bullying me. I'd be sitting in her room, and of course her last name was very close to my last name, so I was stuck with sitting beside her every single day in her room. And she would tell me awful things. She would tell me to kill myself. You're an emo, go cut yourself, no one likes you, just die already. She would threaten me a lot too. And that brought me down so much. She would literally just sit there and yell at me, and the retarded thing is, my teacher at the time didn't even care. And my friend even told the teacher on her, on Blair, that she was bullying me, and the teacher was like, did nothing. She didn't even move her or anything. So I was stuck sitting beside Blair the whole 8th grade. And it was like every day she would come and sit right in front of me and be like, would you look at me? Would you listen to me? Don't ignore me. You're a piece of trash. And stuff like that. Like bringing me down, bringing my self-image down. And what really brought me to my knees was the fact that she said, just go cut yourself when I left the room, when the bell rang. And I went home that day and I started crying because little did everyone know I was struggling with an ex that was very abusive to me, emotionally and physically. And I actually was self-harming. And it kind of made me almost do it that day. I almost self-harmed because of her, because, yeah, maybe she is right. I'm just a piece of trash. She just made me feel awful about myself. And I went home, I was bawling that day, and I just wanted, like, to end my life that day because of her. And luckily my mom stepped in. She was like, what's wrong? And I said, what happened? That day she called the principal, told her what was going on, and she stopped bullying me after that, at least for that year. Now, as years went on, now the next day after she did get in trouble, she went up to me and said, did you tell the principal on me? And I was like, yeah, because you need stopped, and that's not okay to treat people like that. And she did avoid me after a while, but then she came back and was trying to be nice to me, and I know how she is. She likes to be nice to people, just to be friends with them so she can use them. And she would tag along and be like, hey, can you pick me up and drive me there and stuff, and be so nice about it. When in reality, she's just using you. She's a really foul and disgusting individual. And she came up to me one day and said, oh, by the way, I was only bullying you because I was jealous of you, which is a very popular thing for bullies to tell you after they bullied you, but sometimes that's not even the case. Sometimes it's just a lie. And then she said, I was only bullying you also because you stole him from me. And let me tell you this, I did not steal him from her. When she started dating him, she broke up him not even a couple hours later into that day, and then me and him started dating. I did not steal him from her at all. She is a very narcissistic person. She's a liar. And even if she has hurt me, I just wish no one else actually succumbs to her and actually gets bullied from her, because no one needs that in their life. No one needs to be told that you should kill yourself. Because many times, if that person is struggling that you don't know about, they often will kill themselves, and bullying is not the answer. Now, even after that situation, like I said, she did bully me a few more years even after that, and she would even bully my friends and use my friends as well, which I stood up to them, and I would confront her a little bit, saying, you need to knock it off, you need to stop threatening to beat people up and stuff like that. She would literally be like, meet me after school and stuff like that so we can, like, fight it out. She's just a very twisted individual, and sadly I do live in the same town as her still. And the one time she actually posted a picture of me and her, and she said I was calling her ugly, which technically her self-image is ugly, like her personality. But she posted a really ugly picture of me, and then her besides she said something along the lines of, I know I'm ugly, that's why I blurry my face out. And that's literally what she said. She didn't even use correct grammar. But the retarded thing is, in that same time, she was texting me and calling me trailer trash and all this other stuff. And this guy commented on that picture and said, oh, I know where she lives. We should go down there. Literally threatening my life. And suggesting that they should come to my house and beat me up, basically. And they also said other vulgar things about me. They even said I'm a daddy's girl, and you can probably think of what they might have said about that. And that's not even the case. My principal, during then, he did nothing about it. Nothing. He did not talk to her or anything. I had to deal with it myself. I had to delete my image off of there. Man, like, I had to take it off from her profile. I had to block her, and she had tons and tons of profiles. And she does this to a lot of people, which is really sad. No one should even be bullied. It's a really sad event. I know, like, I wasn't touched. Like, I know I wasn't pushed or shoved, but being put down verbally with emotional abuse and emotional bullying and them getting into my face and stuff like that, it kind of makes you feel like crap, make you wish you actually were dead, but thank goodness I did not succumb to her. I stood up with my head held high, and I ignored her. And the last 2 years of high school, she did stop. She never talked to me. She never bullied me or anything, and I'm glad of that. If any of you guys are being bullied, please speak out. Please tell someone, either if it's an officer, a teacher, someone you can trust. Just tell someone. Do not let it continue. And if they still bully you, even when they are told to stop, keep telling someone, because the principal would think, or that person would think, not everything stopped if you stop telling them. And that's even the advice that my principal even gave me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it wasn't the most positive video. It was something I just wanted to share to you guys. Give me a big ol' thumbs up. Drop a comment down below. And if you want to see more videos from me, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.